Guys, what's going on in the jewelry space? My content slowed down, everything else starts to trickle downwards.
He ain't lying.
Nah, but in all actuality, there's a lot of things that are kind of dropping off in fad. Other things seem to be picking up a little bit, but for the most part, we got a lot of stagnant energy when it comes to the jewelry space. So today I'm gonna share my thoughts on the market, affordable or expensive, to kind of forecast where I see the whole jewelry space going. So without further ado, let's go.
I'm kind of a big deal.
Alright, let's start off with what made the channel super popular, Miami Cuban links. The Miami Cuban link space is still continuously moving. There's a lot more creators and manufacturers that have been living in the shadows coming up to the forefront. They see how successful it can be with the right marketing and media exposure, so a lot of people are showcasing not only their artistry, but their day-to-day operations, really gaining an amazing amount of notoriety and marketing for their brands. Now, what does that mean for the consumer? Essentially, it means you're gonna get a lot better quality control because they're in the front of the line. They're putting all their shit on blast so you can hold them a little bit more accountable, as opposed to before where everything was living in the shadows. You just saw a simplistic website where you can order a piece blindly and cross your fingers hoping that it was good. So that comes with a huge advantage. So from my knowledge and my connections in the space, Miami Cuban links are still pumping out. Gold prices are a little ridiculous, but people are still buying. Granted, much smaller links like the ever popular 7, 8, 9 millimeters still continue to pump out continuously, as the larger links kind of take a little bit of a hiatus. But if you know the math and you know the game, knowing that the bigger pieces, the 12 millimeter plus, you can potentially get a little bit better of a deal. So if you got the coin to pull the trigger on a bigger millimeter, you can get a better bang for your buck per gram. Little insider baseball. So staying within the gold market, gold itself has been crazy. There's been a lot of speculation and forecasting out there about how gold has been moving and kind of having a little bit of a plateau, then spikes. And I think that's going to continue to happen. Sadly enough, there have been some very intelligent individuals forecasting that it can potentially hit up to $3,000 a troy. That's crazy. If it does hit that, any of the OGs that follow my channel from the beginning that actually purchased gold is up. You made some money, but we gotta stop thinking of gold jewelry as an investment. Unless you're really in a pinch, that's when you look to sell it. Think of it traditionally as, you know, something to wear and enjoy because you like it, not because it's an investment piece or it's something that you're looking to pass down to the next generation. Stop buying shit for profitability. Buy things because you like it. Which takes us to the silver and moissanite space.
Moissanite is an artificial diamond, Lincoln.
Moissanite space for me has hit a plateau level. It doesn't mean that they're dropping in sales, but it doesn't mean that it has any kind of hype. In the TikTok space, moissanite has been getting more notoriety, but it's small pieces that are significantly cheaper. We're talking about studs, maybe bracelets, and the occasional tennis chain or so, but even so, they're marked so low because the TikTok shop is beyond competitive, flooded with so many products that allows people to make a significant amount of money as an affiliate. So if you're in the content creation space, go to TikTok. You can make bread. And that's what continues to propel TikTok forward, even though the house has banned TikTok technically, but some multi-billionaire conglomerate is gonna snatch it up, bring the tech over here, and help continue other content creators make a ton of money. Since the early stages of me showcasing Moissanite on the channel, I have seen so many different brands drop shipping tons of moissanite, which has definitely brought down the prices of moissanite. So if you're interested, you can definitely shop around in multiple places to get the best deal possible. Granted, not all quality is created equal, but in the affordable jewelry space, how much does that really matter? I don't think very much. I used to emphasize so much on the quality designs, hand setting, and all this, and truth be told, they're just looking for the bigger, better deal. A lot of the general consensus is I'm just trying to get it to look dope, as cheap as possible, and who cares about anything else? And that's fine. That's kind of bringing us back to the OG times, where people just wanted something that looks good, passes the diamond tester, and keeps it pushing. Although I've seen some massively disgusting pieces out there that definitely make me question people's tastes, but I'm no fashion police or trendsetter, right? Do I see moissanite dying anytime soon? I don't see it dying, but I don't see a strong spike either. I think it will stay plateaued for a little bit. They might have a mild decrease unless somebody comes out with something absolutely amazing. And even though I don't think that's gonna shift the entire market. But speaking of market shifts, lab diamonds. Man, lab diamonds had a nice spike and now it's really at the top at a little bit of a turning downfall. The problem is when you're battling such a monster like the diamond conglomerates of the world, you're gonna have an uphill battle that you can't match fiscally. And although lab diamonds are getting a lot more notoriety, the sales of lab diamonds are still continuously increasing, but it didn't have that strong spike that it had a couple of months ago. But with that being said, combining it with gold and lab pieces, you can still get an amazing piece, especially on the engagement or wedding band situation. Such phenomenal deals. Like, you can go from spending $5,000, $15,000, $20,000 on an engagement ring to truly getting a spectacular piece for $5,000 to $7,000, saving all those residual coins for a down payment on a house, for your honeymoon, to start your relationship with an actual savings account as a couple. So many factors there. I think there's so much value in the lab diamond space, and there are certain sectors that are realizing that value, but it's hard to box with the gods. And those are the dudes that run the world in the diamond space. Bringing us over to natural diamonds. Natural diamonds did have a bit of a dip. I start to see the trend kind of trickling upwards. And it's very interesting because the big diamond heads were seeing what was going on with labs, and it's like, I have to crush these motherfuckers and maybe switch up these smaller, melee, lesser quality joints to make them a little bit more affordable, and try to separate and bring us back to that GIA, high quality, gorgeously individual colored stones, to like a new bracket to continue giving it that prestige. You know that, oh, there's diamonds running out. Cap. But when it comes to diamonds, it still has a place, and I don't see it dying anytime soon, even though I am a super duper lab diamond fan. But what is completely dying out or dead is bust down watches. Dead as a doorknob. Sellers cannot give them shits away. They're trying to recoup their funds at this point. So if you're looking for a bust down watch piece, which most likely has a Chinese bracelet with an authentic movement, hopefully from the same watch style, then now would be the perfect opportunity to buy one, and definitely shop it around. If you have a diamond district, go to 10 places to figure it out. Do not do it online. Go in person, because they will be way more susceptible to harder negotiations and getting that shit off of their showroom. The death of the bust down watch is absolutely here. They are donezo. Non-factory, dead. Now, the watch market did stabilize, and there are some mild increases in that space, but it's still a very tight-knit community. A watch guy will forever be a watch guy, and you will never change that. I have been dilly-dallying in the watch space, checking out some niche independents, even some Chinese and Swiss manufacturers that don't have the notoriety but have amazing technologies. There's a lot more stuff in that sub $5,000 price point with a lot of creativity behind it that I'm still kind of learning, because I'm very novice in the watch space. I know more than the average person, but definitely nowhere near some of these really smart watch guys. But it's also a dangerous game to play in. If you got a little bit of money to play, you're gonna end up spending more than you have just to play in that game. And that's where you can fall into a wild piece of debt and bankruptcy. But the watch market has stabilized. You can still get some good pieces out there. Submariners are always an amazing deal. Day dates, you can always shop them around. If you want to go on the lower side, Omegas, Speedies, or Seamasters, great watches. If you want to go a little ballsier and you have a bigger wrist, the Panerai, those you can always get for a great deal. Again, bust downs in Cartier or Rolex, boof, you can get them all day. Speaking of Cartier, that shit has gotten a little bit more notoriety, and the premiums has slightly increased, particularly on the smaller models, because of the whole TikTok trends and the influencers hyping these retro styles that have made all the prices go through the roof on Cartier watches that no man was truly looking at 3-4 years ago. Popularity right now is in the secondary, the gray market purchases for jewelry. Some people trying to sell pieces slightly above spot price, because there's a ton of people selling their jewelry lately. The amount of DMs that I receive on a daily basis about people trying to sell me their jewelry is insane. I'm not a jewelry dealer. I do sell some pieces here and there, but I don't stock a ton of pieces, and I absolutely could. And I am kind of thinking about it because I get access to a ton of shit now. I heard through the grapevine that Jacoji launched his own secondary shit. I forgot what it's called. I think it's called Links or whatever. He has great pieces at a really competitive price point, so that's a good option to check out. And there are other people that are tapping into this space as well. So he has a great opportunity to capitalize and corner that market in the online space, because he has made a reputation online as a dealer of Italian fine jewelry. So he has that capability and that crowd already to be able to lock in that market. So I think it was super intelligent for him to do that on the side hustle, because I'm sure he gets triple or quadruple the amount of contact that I have on people trying to sell or resell his pieces back to him, or other people selling their pieces. So that's a genius freaking move. The secondary market right now is where the bread is gonna be. If If you have some money to play, you're charismatic, you can reach out on the marketing aspect, develop a dope website, and build a very confident following with authenticity checks and all that other shit. In the secondary market, you can buy some good scrap pieces, get them fixed up for not too much bread and sell them on the secondary market and make a little bit of coin. That's if you have money already. To play in that game, you gotta have money right from rip, and understand that there's a lot of shit that comes along with it. Chargebacks, scammers, disgruntled customers that even though you made something abundantly clear, they will find and nitpick something wrong that doesn't even exist. So therefore you gotta oblige and then go through that process. The jewelry space is crazy. It's a headache. It's obnoxious, but it can be fruitful if you play it right. And again, have some bread to work with. And in the silver space, kind of still lives in its own pocket. It's a very niche space. For those who love silver and absolutely want to wear silver all day, you can play in the game for as long as you want, as long as you have a little bit of bread. Silver prices are still good. Although those have raised a little bit, it really doesn't do much to affect the entire game, which allows you the opportunity to wear pieces and rotate them in abundance without breaking the back. The silver guys are winning. But what are your thoughts on the jewelry market and how do you feel? Have you let go of a ton of your jewelry? Are you looking to purchase a piece and just making sure you buy it at the best price possible? Are you more interested in used pieces than new pieces? Are you still hype off a Moissanite? Or are you just done with jewelry in general and are moving over to the watch space? I love y'all mother suckers from the heart. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all snitches next time. Leave in the comments below what type of topics you want to see in the channel. And I'll see y'all bitches next time. You know who it is. Biggest in the game. Smooches.
Cubaknow, what's fresh, who's best? Wanna know who's gonna pass the test?
For the fly gun holder, money folder, Motorola start tag when it's time to call back. For the rough, rugged, and raw way, this nigga Jay, it's a game, but he don't play. Hey, for all the chicks that got dead in the penthouse suite on top of my mom's crib. It's nonsense you never get in. It's nonsense that you would think that you would.